Yeah, otherwise, if it's really bad.
I've got my cushion.
You try to
I could sit for it.
Oh, wow.
It's just like the way
How you hold your life.
Hmm?
They have no use.
I just.
Your feet are yeah, my problem that is I went to sneezing. I've been trying different foldings. They have one worked for me last time. I was using a bench.
Any volunteer to light a candle? Anyone else? One more candle. This only. Sit down. Sadhu. Sadhu. Sadhu.
Before the meditation, let's do the chanting. Please turn to page 5 of our chanting book. Salutation to the Buddha. Namo tasse bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. The three refuges. Buddhang saranang gacchami, Dhammang saranang gacchami, Sanghang saranang gacchami. Dutiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami, Dutiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami, Dutiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami, Tatiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami, Tatiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami, Tatiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami. Next page. The 5 precepts. Panatipata veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami, adinādāna veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami, kāmesu micchāchārā veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami, musāvādā veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami, surameraya majja pamadatthāna veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. On the opposite page, let's read the affirmative vows. Being aware of the suffering caused by the destruction of life, I vow to cultivate compassion and learn ways to protect the lives of all living beings. Being aware of the suffering caused by exploitation, stealing, and oppression, I vow to respect the property of others and to practice generosity by sharing my time, energy, and material resources with those who are in real need. Being aware of the suffering caused by sexual misconduct, I vow to respect my commitments and those of others. I am determined not to engage in relations without love and a long-term commitment. Being aware that words can create suffering, I vow to learn to speak truthfully and develop peaceful, kind, and meaningful speech. Being aware of the suffering that an intoxicated and agitated mind can produce, I vow to develop mindfulness and heedfulness. Next page. Homage to the Buddha. Iti piso bhagava arahang samma sambuddho Vijñācarana sampanno sugato lokavidu anuttaro purisa dhamma sarati sattva deva manussanam buddho bhagavati. Homage to the Dhamma. Swamkato Bhagavata Dhammo Sanditiko Akaliko Ipansiko Openaiko Panchantang Veditabbo Homage to the Sangha. Supatipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho Ujopatipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho Nyaya Patipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho Samiti Patipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho Yadidang Chattari Purisa Yogani Atta Purisa Pungala Esa Bhagavato Savaka Sangho Auniyo Pavuniyo Dakiniyo Anjali Karaniyo Anuttarang Punyak Ketang Lokansari. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Next page. Offering. Offering of light. Ganesarappaditene Dīpene tamadang sina Tilokadipang sambuddhang Pujayami tamunudang. Offering of incense. Gandha sambhara yuttene dhupena hang sugandhina pujaye pujaniyang tang puja bhajana muttamang. Offering of flowers. Vannagandha gunopetang etang kusuma santating pujayami munindasya siripada saruruhe Pujemi buddhang kusumene mene punyena metena labami mokkham pumpang nilayati yata idang ni kayo tatayati vinasa offering of water. Adivase tunu bhante paniyang parikampitam Anukampang upadaye patigan hatu uttama. Offering of drinks. Adivase tunu bante ugilane pancayang imang anukampang upadaye patigan hatu uttama. Worship of shrine. Vandami jetiyang sabbang sabbatani supatititang saririka dhatu mahabodhing buddha rupang sakalang sada. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Next page. Wish of well-being. Ikunke macam namaste yang namaste mano ratanante yang punyani sandang pulang alantang tasanu bhavena hatan rayo. Reflections on the teachings of the Buddha in English. Mind is the forerunner of all experiences. Mind is chief. Mind made Adi. If one speaks or acts with an impure mind, suffering follows like the wheel that follows the foot of the horse. Mind is the forerunner of all experiences. Mind is chief. Mind made Adi. If one speaks or acts with a pure mind, happiness follows like one's own shadow that never leaves. Generosity, kind words, benevolent actions towards others, and equanimity towards all beings and all things. These bonds of sympathy function in the world like a linchpin in a moving cart. One by one, little by little, moment by moment. Wise people should remove their impurities as a smith removes the rust from silver. For one who mindfully develops boundless loving kindness, mental defilements are weakened and the freedom from clinging is seen. All conditioned things are impermanent. When one sees this with wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path to purification. All conditioned things are unsatisfactory. When one sees this with wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path to purification. All things are not self. When one sees this with wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path to purification. Excellent, excellent, excellent.
Let us make a genuine effort to guide our mind to experience a wholesome state and also to experience clarity in the mind. So we'll be doing loving kindness meditation to experience one of the most wholesome mental states we can experience and generate. And then we will be doing our breathing meditation to experience more clarity in our mind. So this is a precious moment that we have all given to ourselves, and just appreciate this moment. Appreciate this opportunity. That we are going to give this wonderful chance to our own mind, to this whole mental process. That will be healing to ourselves. That will also be so beneficial to so many others. Just remind yourself that whatever practice that you are going to do here is going to benefit you definitely, but is also for the benefit of many other living beings. With this training, we will benefit so many people, so many other beings. So just think about that. This effort is to benefit so many other beings. With that, make a determination that I will engage in this meditation wholeheartedly. I will make use of this space, this gathering, this guidance. And I will engage in a committed practice. Make that determination now. With that determination, let us listen to the sound of the bell. And then to the chant, we will chant together, Namo Buddhaya. By listening to the sound of the bell and the chanting the Namo Buddhaya, we can all settle our mind further and further and allow it to experience this wholesome, still state of the mind. Let us feel our body and bring our whole attention to this body. And body is a good resting place for our mind. Let us take a moment to catch or notice the sensations available in the body right now. Whatever we feel in our legs, where they touch, and how we feel the weight of our body, how the muscles are pressed against the cushion or chair with the weight of the body. Just bring your close attention to those areas and feel it. And then bring the same awareness to the upper part of the body. Just go around your whole back and see how many spots in the back you can feel right now. And gently bring the same awareness to the front part of the body. Feel all the sensation available in the belly area, in the chest area, and feel the palms and fingers. With this awareness of the body, we can bring our mind to this present moment. But let us also use this present moment awareness to relax and calm our body and mind. This is a good opportunity for us to give a chance to this body to relax, completely relax. Release all the tightness, tension in the body, and invite all the muscles in the body to loosen up, open up, and drop. Throughout the day, we may have gone through all difficult things, all stressful things, and during those times, we tighten our body, tighten our muscles. Sometimes those muscles are still tightened, but this is a good opportunity to allow all these muscles to relax and loosen up. We can use our breath to help our body, help all our muscles to loosen up. If you wish, you can take a deep, long breath in, filling your lungs with the fresh air, with a deep, long breath, and release that air very slowly, allowing all the muscles to relax and drop. If you feel any tightness, any discomfort, or any pain in any parts of the body, bring your whole attention to that part and take a deep, long breath in. And release that breath while focusing on that area, allowing those muscles to loosen up, relax, and feel ease. With every out breath, we keep relaxing, releasing, loosening the whole body. With this relaxed body, we will now pay our whole attention to our mind. We will let the body to just stay in this relaxed mode and then bring our whole attention to our mind, gently observing what is in our mind right now. What are the thoughts, memories that are appearing in our mind right now? Various thoughts, various memories keep coming up to our mind. We will remind ourselves whatever thoughts related to the past incidents, they are simply memories. Those incidents that happened in the past has gone forever, never to return. You only have a memory. So we simply let go and don't take it so seriously. They have gone forever. Whatever the thoughts about possible future events, they are simply our projections. They have not happened yet. We are simply projecting the possible scenarios. They are unreal. So we don't have to take them seriously. We can simply let them go. Drop them. And then simply relax our mind, free our mind, and come to the present moment. In this present moment, let us now, now our mind is ready. When you drop and let go of all the other thoughts, it is ready to bring out its most wholesome potential. Loving kindness is the friendliness towards all beings. Loving kindness is a genuine wish of well-being. Loving kindness is the goodwill towards all beings. We all have this capacity in the deep in our mind. But this loving kindness can be buried due to many difficulties, challenges we encounter in life. But right now, we can give a chance for that wholesome potential to manifest. This is a good time for the wholesomeness of our mind to come out. We have a conducive environment. We will allow that loving kindness to manifest. We will generate that willingness for everyone to be well, that friendliness to us all, that good wish and goodwill towards everyone. All people, all beings in the world are equally vulnerable to experience suffering. No one is free from suffering completely unless they are enlightened. So no matter who they are, all beings are the same at the end. We are all suffering beings. Let us genuinely make a genuine wish for all beings to find some well-being, some peace, some break from their difficulties. How good if all beings in the world are well, have the wisdom, compassion, and mindfulness. How good. Let us make that wish. Let us open our heart, just like when we see a little baby. When we see a smiling face of a little baby, a little baby. Or when we are petting or taking care of a puppy or kitten. How open is our heart? How willing we are for that baby, for that creature to be well. We will generate that willingness, opening the heart and genuinely maintaining this willingness for all living beings, all breathing beings to be well. We will cultivate this loving kindness by making more and more wishes of well-being to everyone. We will maintain this loving kindness and make it stronger. We can cultivate and make our loving kindness stronger when we make more wishes of well-being. Let us keep wishing well-being to everyone, including ourselves. We will start with ourselves, genuinely wishing well-being to ourselves, to this living being. All living beings in the world includes this living being here. We will start with this one, genuinely wishing well-being to this being, just like we have that unconditional willingness for that baby, for that little creature to be well. Let us direct the same level of unconditional, wholehearted wish, willingness for this being, ourselves. Feel your presence and look at yourself as one of the living beings. We will make a genuine wish. May this person sitting here, may I be well, be safe, be healthy, be peaceful. Continue. Continue to make all good wishes to yourself. If you have a special concern these days, make a specific wish generously to yourself. We will now take a moment to extend this loving kindness, radiate this loving kindness to this whole body. This whole body has been helping us a lot to live this precious human life. Let's take a moment to radiate this loving kindness to all the organs, all the systems throughout this body. With deep appreciation of all the contribution these organs and systems are doing for our living, we will radiate this loving kindness. May these lungs, which are helping us even right now to breathe, may these lungs and whole respiratory system be well, be healthy, be healed. May this heart, cardiac muscles, the whole cardiovascular system be well, be healthy, be healed. May this digestive system, all the organs in this whole digestive system, the stomach, the liver, pancreas, intestine, colon, the whole digestive system, be well, be healthy, be healed. May these kidneys, may these both kidneys and the whole genitourinary system be well, be healthy, be healed. May this nervous system, the central nervous system, the spinal cord, the brain stem, the middle brain, the frontal lobe, and this whole nervous system be well, be healthy, be healed. May this whole body, all the muscles, all the bones, and all the joints throughout this body be well, be healthy, be healed. Allow this loving kindness to travel throughout this body, covering the whole body with this loving kindness wish, with this genuine wholesome intention. Allow this loving kindness to penetrate to each corner of the body. Be well, be healthy, be healed. Let us now expand this loving kindness beyond ourselves to everyone else. We will make the same wish for all others. with the same level of genuineness and intensity. Let us genuinely expand this wish to all people who are connected to our life. May all people, may everyone in our family, our good friends, our colleagues, let us take a moment to wish all of them, all these beloved people in our lives, be well, be safe, be healthy, be peaceful. Let us expand this wish beyond this circle of beloved people to all other people living beyond. May all people living in this whole surrounding area, including everyone sitting in this room right now, may all these friends sitting and meditating now, and may all other people in this whole surrounding area be well, be safe, be healthy, be peaceful. Let us expand this wish beyond this immediate environment to people living in all other faraway places. Let's just take a moment to think about all these precious human lives and other lives, and just make a wish for these people. May all people living in this whole city, in the neighboring cities, and all people living in this whole region, may all of them be well, be safe, be healthy, be peaceful. Let us expand this wish beyond this region to all other far away places. Let's keep expanding this wish. Let us expand our loving kindness as wide as we can. Let us radiate this loving kindness as far as we can. Let us wish for all people living in faraway places, in faraway countries, in every direction. May all people living in all countries, in the direction of our front, whatever the people, whatever the countries in that direction, may all of them be well, be well, be well. May all people living in the countries, the regions, in the direction of our right, whoever the people living in this direction, in all faraway places, be well, be well, be well. May all people, all beings living in the direction of our back, may all people living in faraway places in this direction right now be well, be well, be well. May all people, all beings living in the direction of our left, we were the people living in this direction right now in faraway places. Be well, be well, be well. We'll expand this loving kindness beyond human beings to all other living beings. May all other animals, from large ones to tiny ones, may all of them, may all other life forms living everywhere, whatever life forms there may be in every direction, in every space, everywhere, may all of them, from large ones to tiny ones, each and every living organism, without exception, be well, be well, be well, be peaceful, peaceful, peaceful. This loving kindness has no limitations. It has no boundaries. It embraces all beings. Rejoice, this limitless love, this measureless love, boundless loving kindness, pervade into every direction, ready to embrace everyone. Rejoice, this wholesome state of the mind, genuine friendliness, genuine unconditional love for all beings. Just rejoice, this wholesome state of the mind. With this rejoice, With this open spaciousness in the mind, let us now gently move to pay our close attention to our breath. By doing this loving kindness meditation, we have developed some calmness, some inner peace, tranquility. Let us deepen this peace by keeping our mind, our attention on our breath. Bring your close attention to the breath. In this peaceful, calm moment, you can notice your breath. If you wish, you can take a few long breaths to feel it. You can feel that this breath in the nostrils, behind your throat, in your lungs. You can notice the sensation related to the in-breath. Feel that. How does it feel to breathe in? Just feel it with curiosity. And observe the breathing out. Notice how the breath is coming out. We just want to experience every breath as it is happening. Let us come to our breath. Let's understand that this is the most important thing in our life. Everything in our life is based on the breath. Without breath, nothing in life makes sense. Breath enables our life. With deep respect and appreciation, let us continue to observe the breath. Notice the sensation of the in-breath and notice the sensation of out-breath and keep observing it. Whenever you have other thoughts and memories, just bring it back. Keep observing it. Be familiar with it. Just rest with it. Be with your breath. Bring attention back to the breath again and again. In this last few minutes, let us give our full effort to be with our breath, to rest with our breath. Dukkha pataje nidukkha bhayapattaje nibbaya sokapattaje nisoka hontu sabbepi panino. May all those who are suffering be free from suffering. May all those who are in fear be free from fear. May all those who are grieving be free from grief. May all beings be well and happy. Gently come out of your meditation. Gently put your palms together and place them against your chest. Take a moment to feel grateful for this opportunity to have meditation in our life. Deeply feel grateful to all great teachers, enlightened masters in the past who passed this wisdom from generation to generation. Feel grateful to whoever helped your meditation practice tonight. And feel grateful even to these non-living things which helped our meditation, including this bell, this cushion, this chair, and this device that help you to connect to this meditation from home. And with deep gratitude, let us say sadhu 3 times. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. If you want to change your legs and stretch your legs, you can do it. Stand up if you wish. Okay. Any sharing about the practice? Yes, Mark?
By sending this love and kindness wishes or messages to ourselves, people around us, are we confirming the self or denying it?
Yeah. This, and we are starting to see how everyone else is also the same. How I'm not very different from others. So that is this. The loving kindness meditation is what we call the Samata level of meditation. In those types of meditation, we don't aim to go beyond the selflessness. We just in that state we want to experience deeper calmness of the mind, which will help us to go beyond the self. So in loving kindness meditation, we don't go beyond the self, but we just develop this empathy, develop this, this understanding that I'm not different from others. The one part of self-notion is that to see that I'm unique. So in loving kindness meditation, we are slowly dissolving that and just understanding that just like I am vulnerable to experience suffering, everyone else is the same. So I'm not unique, I'm not different. So we are not denying the self in the loving kindness meditation. The purpose of loving kindness meditation is not to do that.
But to love somebody isn't that you give yourself to, it's like denying the self. That's pure love. Otherwise, it is just.
But yeah, actually, even in practice, it's actually like going maybe you can say like going beyond your self-interest. We don't even deny the self, but because very idea of denied self also presupposes a self. So no effort to deny self. How you can, but you are correct. We are trying to go beyond the self-interest.
To deny yourself, there should be a self.
So even we don't try.
Mindfulness and meditation is denying of the self.
Mindfulness meditation is actually yes, it is. I mean, of course, in this short session, we can't do that. If you come over the weekend retreat, you'll be able to, to experience that. So then we use mindfulness of breathing meditation as a way to like experience the breath and then slowly develop that understanding to see how this whole process is happening and more like a dependently arising causal process. So you'll go beyond your self-image, but directly experience what is happening here. Yeah, so
That's when you go into deep meditation. That's
yes, that is insight
you lose
meditation.
your consciousness and you deny the self.
Again, we have to be careful of the very the term, the framing it, because the very again when you say deny the self, you already accept the self and then we deny it. Actually, what we really try to do is actually to understand that understand the misunderstanding of the self. So that's yeah. So not necessarily deny the self, but actually going beyond the notion of self. If there's only a notion of self, only an idea of self, not the self. We can say deny, maybe go beyond the notion of self. Yeah. I think, because we just have to be careful of the term, but I think I get your idea. Yeah. That's the insight meditation, vipassana meditation.
Deep meditation, when you go deep into meditation, you reach this state of called jhana.
Jhana. Yeah. Jhana, yeah.
Jhana. You know, the term jhana is it's pronounced the same way in Islam, which means paradise.
Okay.
The same thing in the Bible, Arabic Bible, the word Jannah, it is paradise in heaven. But your Jannah seems to be in your mind.
Make your paradise in your mind, right? Yeah. Yeah. Actually, jhanic levels are actually different modes of experiences, definitely. And then, but they are not necessarily, deepening our, they are helping us to deepen our understanding, but definitely it's going beyond our senses. And we talked about it like last week, right, Mandy? So it's going beyond our senses and then finding a deep peace and calmness that is beyond different modes of being. Definitely, there are corresponding worlds to each jhana. Yeah, if you attain kind of jhana and maintain that without because you can even those jhanas are not permanent states. You can lose that ability, and then you can again grow that. But if you maintain that ability to be in that state of jhana until you die, and you will be probably going to those worlds that is like a jhanic kind of experience that you'll be able to live.
The same thing with enlightenment. You can't maintain it. You can't be maintained.
That's different. So I think that's what we are going to talk today. Yeah. So that's different. Yeah. So again, we have to distribute this, a study sheet today also. We kind of covered all the topics, but. Can anybody help me to understand which item are we today?
I thought we finished them. Did we finish them?
Oh, okay. I'm glad that you are mindful about that. I was just testing you.
Go from the beginning.
So we finished all the items. And but you see under the number 8, we have an arrow and then we have a number of terms there. Can anyone help me to read that?
Realization, transformation of personality, from a suffering person to happy person, from a self-centered person to a selfless person, freedom, compassion.
Okay. Thank you. So the Noble Eightfold Path is a path. It does not include the destination. It is the path, which is the fourth noble truth, the path that leads to the cessation of suffering. So this is the path, the destination, or this you can call it a state that we achieve. That cannot say achieve, but the state that
We reach.
Just hold on.
Hmm?
Developing.
Yeah, let's say, yeah, let's put it that way.
We're heading for.
Yeah. So yeah, the release that we experience is the third noble truth, which is the cessation of suffering, the absence of suffering, freedom from suffering. So the third noble truth is the destination. The fourth noble truth is the path that leads you to that destination. So the what you find in the below the arrow is a simple explanation of what would be what would be the experience once you practice these eight types of practices steps. And the whole idea, and the perfect concentration, right concentration, or you can call it right stillness, is paving the way for deep realization. The whole goal of this practice is not to end with the deep concentration or realization. The deep stillness of the mind that even we experience in some meditation session is extremely peaceful, extremely free from distractions. Is super cool. But that's not the end of the spiritual path, because that is temporary. That is something that we can cultivate, have to cultivate and develop. And that state is super peaceful, but it's not something going to be permanent. And it's not the whole goal of the spiritual path. That's only a means to a larger goal. So the deep stillness that we develop in the meditation can be really beneficial, can be really healing, and feel good, but that's not the goal. I mean, that's not the goal of the meditation. That's a means. The goal of the meditation or the Buddhist path is actually use that kind of still mind, that kind of the still mind, to actually turn inwards and really directly see what is really happening here. So the direct realization of the whole mechanism of our being is the goal. So all these items, all these noble eightfold path, and the combined contribution of each path lead us to have that direct experience of what is happening here. The irony of the life is that although we are living this life, we are blind to the very process of life. That's the irony. And Buddha call it ignorance. Ignorance not in the sense of stupidity. The term avijja, right, Bhante? The avijja is more like a blindness. Avijja. Like it's not really like ignorant in the sense of like we don't know anything. We know, but we know wrongly. So avijja is not lack of knowledge. Avijja is full of knowledge, which are wrong information. So we live our life, but we don't really see what is happening here. It's like our whole life is like actually like watching a drama, in the audience, and don't really seeing how that drama is made. So the whole the combined contribution of all these 8 items in Noble Eightfold Path lead us to have a direct experience, not at once but gradually, direct experience of really how this life is happening, what is really happening here, because life is not over there, it's all here. And with through our sensory organs, with our consciousness, with our mental processes. And what you will see is actually the arising of an experience which is largely characterized as dissatisfaction, unhappiness. And then you see how that experience is occurring. What are the causes and conditions that made that experience possible? So and to have that deep realization is the goal. Because the reason that once you have that direct experience, and all the foundations for our defilements, all the foundation for our craving, all the foundation of our hatred is gone. So we don't want to try to be away from the attachment, because we realize that there's nothing to attach. But in the beginning, in the beginning of the path, we make some effort. Like, for example, the second item of the path, we develop intention. We develop intention to let go. We develop intention to do compassion. So that's how we start. And because of that, and we change our behavior, we develop some kind of moral, calm, life of integrity that will help us to have good meditation. And then you develop, and this peaceful, calm state of the mind. And now your mind is sharp enough to really see what is happening here. Otherwise, we are so distracted, so involved with all these things. The suffering itself makes our discernment impossible. Maybe impossible, not impossible, but suffering itself makes our discernment difficult. Because then first we have to kind of manage our suffering, to reduce our suffering to some level with our moral behavior, with our observation of the mind, and reduce that pain, that overwhelming kind of suffering, and then we get some kind of peace of the mind, and then use that peace of the mind to turn inward and have a direct understanding of what's happening here. It is on that understanding we call it panya, or wisdom, and then that's direct experience, direct realization of what is happening here. So we start our path with right understanding. Right understanding is just simply an understanding by listening, by reading, by discussion. We get some idea of, okay, this is how suffering can occur. But it's more like a conceptual, maybe intellectual understanding. But we can, of course, deepen it. But it's more like understanding we get from hearing and listening and talking. What we are doing with all other steps is actually making that intellectual, conceptual understanding into a personal experiential realization. It's not simply a knowledge. Knowledge means facts. You're knowing facts. In this state, you are not going to learn more facts. We are going to.
It's experiential.
It's experiential. When we have direct experience, you will simply drop all the wrong concepts. That's what's going to happen. It's not like gathering more knowledge. It's more like dropping all the layers and layers and layers of knowledge, so to speak. That's what you're dropping. And that's what we call panya or prajna. Prajna paramita. The the prajna, the wisdom. And so that's the goal. So the really interesting thing about this whole Buddhist argument, if you want to call it, the reason that we suffer, the reason that we make other people suffer, is our misunderstanding of the real nature of things. It's a good news also, right? Because it comes from misunderstanding. And the Buddhist path is promising that, okay, we are all in a blindness, we are all working from very misunderstanding, but we can correct this misunderstanding and come to a point that we can see things clearly. The reason that we suffer, the reason we make other people suffer, that we don't see the world clearly. It also gives us an idea, understanding that the way we see the world does not exist as we see it, because we see it through our basic blindness. And Buddha has given, Buddha say that there are perversions, there's like a natural perversions that we experience when you look at the world, with this blindness. The perversions mean that we see the things as permanent. It's not necessarily permanent, but at least like a solid, like Bhante Nietzsche, when you say Nietzsche, Like we see things or people, situation as something as solid, as solid. There's some permanence in it, some solidity in it. So we see these things as we see the world, we see things as solid. That's how that's how our senses is helping us to see. So we come to that perversion. We all believe, as a we have a conventional belief on that. We function on that belief actually, and sometimes even the whole science also based on that. Believe that there are like permanent solid facts of the world. But anyway, so the one perversion is like that, having that the we experience the world as solid things, and the second one is that we experience the world as something satisfying, something something that can satisfy us, something that can make us happy, sukha, right? And the third one is that we actually we also have to develop other perversion, which is that we feel like we own certain things in this world. At least we own this body, we own that thing, we own that person, we own that person. We are because that's why what we call self. Like we have a sense of ownership. So usually we see the world as solid, as satisfying, as like belonging, or as as belonging to a self. Owning, yes, and owning. This is how we see the world. We project the world like this. But what Buddha is saying, that there is very basic misunderstanding. We can't blame anyone for that, because that is how we have, even that is how our brain is wired to see the world. So we can't blame anyone. But we are in a matrix, actually. Yes, yes, actually, that's a very interesting quote, a very interesting sutta. It's called Viranja Sutta. Buddha said that we are all like in a matrix, like we are all in the eggshell, all inside, not being able to see the real stuff coming outside. And Buddha said that the population of beings are immersed in ignorance, become like an egg, completely enveloped. We are completely enveloped in this blindness. Like I have pierced the eggshell of ignorance. And I'm the first person to awaken to this unsurpassed perfect enlightenment. So I'm the eldest in the world. Yeah. So we are in that kind of matrix. So this is usually we have this perversion. So in the beginning, we can only simply understand that, but still we will see the world again in the same way. Because we talk about this, because we make sense of this whole thing in this discussion. When you go out, you continue to see the world as you saw it before. So, but having at least having some some grasp, intellectual grasp of this understanding of this, the way of at least to say that the way we see the world is not correct, is right understanding. And then you start this whole practices. And these practices will gradually lead us, guide us to come to a very serene, tranquil state of the mind. And then at that state, we can actually directly see these things that with our own understanding. So it is no more knowledge, then it becomes a realization. And then the way we look at the world, the way we relate to the world will be completely different. So we realize that everything has only a temporary, a dependent experience, dependent existence. Not only the external world, but what is happening here is also, dependently arising, causal process. But we can have glimpses of this experience in our meditations, in our contemplations. We can have glimpses of this experience, and then and to that extent, we are gradually, reducing our blindness, and gradually reducing our craving for things and our rejection or resistance to things. This what we experience as suffering is actually either not is more like more like not meeting our wanting. So that wanting, that expectations, resistance come from a very basic misunderstanding of the of the world. We are all like that, but we just gradually solve, try to come out of that.
Kind of like misunderstanding that you're going to get what you want.
Yeah.
The wanting gets in the way of the getting.
Say again?
The wanting gets away and gets in the way of the getting.
Yeah, but the funny thing is that the more we get, the more we create wanting.
We're hardwired to see things that way, and so it's like we're having to completely rewire.
Exactly.
our
Actually.
mental, physiological, which is
Exactly.
when you're going against your own
Creation. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. That's why it's so hard. Exactly. There was a book actually that few years ago. A book came out, written by a evolutionary psychologist called Robert Wright. Robert Wright, he the title of the book, he called it "Why Buddhism is True." But why Buddhism is true. But it's actually evolutionary psychologist's explanation of how our brain is wired. Our brain is wired not to make us happy. Our brain is wired to keep us unsatisfied, and then we keep pursuing, keep doing things. That is good for the evolution, not for the individual beings. If you are satisfied with one sensory experience, you will not try again. So the brain is wired to keep us unsatisfied and also keep us blind to this very process. But no matter how many times we are unsatisfied, we still believe that in the next sensory encounter we'll be happy. So we're not only wired to be unsatisfied, we are also wired to not to see it. That's what he said in that book. So he found that actually the Buddha has found this human predicament well before, but he has also given a solution for this. So that's why he wrote that book and called Buddhism. And you can have a look at that book. But anyway, actually, we can call it actually going against the natural makeup, but actually it's more like going beyond our limitations. Okay. Yeah. So far we have evolved this level. So far we have evolved, but this is not the end. This is not the end of humanity. This is not the end of beings. We are not finished product yet, right? And this is not the end of the evolution either, right? But the evolution that Buddhists talk about is not really physical, but actually like changing the way that we usually see it. Yeah, when you had those direct experiences, but really seeing what's really happening, it changes it changes, not only changes the way we see the world, but also changes how our body function. For example, when we see a object of threat, in how our body function, right? And it changes. And for example, like so like and even when we see a appealing or attractive object, your desire rises, and you change your bodily function. So when we explain the experience of enlightened people, their body is not getting excited like that. The whole physiology, the whole endocrine system has changed. Yeah, they are not reacting. I mean, yeah, because all the endocrine system is actually following the cognitive pattern. How we interpret. If we interpret an object as a pleasing object, we will create desire. Our whole physiology will be changed. Our hormones will be released. And if we interpret the object as a threat, you have the whole different physiology, right? So when we start to look at the world, with direct experience, not through the concepts, and the whole physiology is changed.
Yes, the story also, some monks wanted to make sure whether this monk has become to enlightenment
Or not, right? Okay. Okay.
But he did. He took a snake,
Okay.
and throw at him.
Okay.
So after getting the snake through his body, he suddenly feared of it.
Oh,
so
snake.
after that, understand he is
It's not enlightened yet. Bad way to test him,
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah. Of course, even an enlightened person will respect the life and will try to preserve it as much as possible, but he will not have those emotional reactions, definitely. Yeah.
There was a study that I read about Bhante about experienced meditators. That's the subject population, and what they did is they showed them emotionally charged words or images. I can't remember which. And the experienced meditators had more intense emotional reactions to the stimuli, and their arousal faded out a lot quicker. Does that make sense?
Okay. So they have more arousal, but those arousal doesn't stay.
Immediately, and then it faded.
Very
quickly.
I don't know whether this has to do with compassion, because of course, the other part of this whole realization is compassion. When you are out, when you come out from the egg, and from this matrix, then your whole drive is like so many other beings are in this matrix. How I can really help them to come out. So. Yeah. It's the compassion. So enlightenment is the cognitive part, is the wisdom, but the affective part, you can call it, not necessarily emotion, but affective part would be compassion. Yeah. Actually, the first two items, right understanding and right intention, it's like a head and the heart. And once you complete this all the 8 items of the path, and you will also reach what you call Samma Jnana and Samma Vimukti, which means perfect insightful wisdom, and then also complete release from agitation, and then also include compassion. Yes.
So I guess this is what I struggle with at the end, right? So I've seen some, I forget what the translation was, or who translated it, but Nirvana is unwinding. And maybe that's incorrect, but also.
But there are some terms that have that meaning. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
When it's my understanding that you ultimately become dispassionate. What is compassion if you're dispassionate?
Yeah.
Is it just like the truth? This is just the way it has to be. I need to help people.
Yeah.
It's just that's the understanding that you achieve. Is that the goal?
Yeah, I think it's definitely being dispassionate, but dispassionate of indulgence.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it doesn't mean that you become emotionless. Okay. If that's the case, only enlightened people will not go around and teach and yeah. So I think you have a point, because when you say dispassionate, it sounds like free of emotions. Yeah. But what's really free of unskillful emotions, but full of wholesome emotions, like what we call loving kindness and equanimity. What we call upekka, equanimity, is an emotion. But of course, not like agitated state of emotion, but more like a more balance of the mental energy. It's an emotional state, or maybe affective state. So they're full of equanimity also. Anyway, so I think this also helps us to understand there are different levels of understanding. So in Buddhist tradition, we call that there are the initial understanding is understanding by learning or listening, like what we get, like knowledge. What we're getting right here is understanding by listening or learning. or reading. That's the first level of understanding. The second level of understanding of the same fact will be understanding by reflection, constant reflection, constant contemplation, reflection. So the same thing that you heard, you think that you understood, but that's only primary level of understanding. But you can keep reflecting on this. You can compare what you learn from your own life experiences, and you through reflection get deeper and deeper understanding. So we call understanding of reflection, chintamaya, panya. And the more deepest level of understanding is actually understanding through the development of mental, faculties and through meditation, directly experiencing what you learn. No, it's more beyond the right view. Yeah, and that's the highest level. That's a panya. We call bhavana maya panya. So understanding by way of learning, understanding by way of reflection, understanding by way of meditation, like directly experience, and that's the level that we talk about.
Is that sequence, I think I've seen it referred to as turning the Dharma wheel? Is that sequence?
No, that's more like that. That's more like understand that Buddha has revealed his teachings in different levels, but that's more like a Mahayana understanding of they believe that Buddha did not teach full things at the present, so he has number of turnings. Yeah.
In Zen Buddhism, isn't understanding through practicing?
Yeah, practice. Yes, that's the highest level.
So what's the difference between Zen Buddhism and yours, which is called South Buddhism?
Not much difference. When you come to experience, it's the same thing you experience. Okay, so we will make determination to practice and then have those glimpses of realization. You can't like artificially produce this realization. What you can do is to practice these 8 items. The prajna will appear. This realization will come. You don't worry about that. Don't focus that. Just focus on the practice. And the Buddha has said that just like a farmer, don't focus on the fruit. Focus on the plant and take care of it. Put water, put fertilizers, have enough sunlight. The fruits will come. Flowers will come. Don't demand it. So in the same way, don't have to worry about the panya. Worry about the practice, and it will come. So let's commit to the practice. Okay, thank you very much for your contribution to the discussion and sharing. Let's move to the other part of the program. Turn to page 14 and sharing the merits. It is time for us to think about all the good, wholesome energies, wholesome good karma that we produce by doing this practice together. And now it is time for us to share these good merits, good karma with all others. Let us share this goodness with, first of all, with our departed relatives, the family members, our ancestors who cared for us so much and who are no more with us today. Let us share these merits with them. May all of our departed relatives share these merits. May they be well, happy, and peaceful wherever they may be. Idang mi ñātinang hotu sukhita huntu ñātayo. Idang mi ñātinang hotu sukhita huntu ñātayo. Idang mi ñātinang hotu sukhita huntu ñātayo. Sharing merits with all other living beings. If there's any being in this world who would like to share this merit, may he or she do so. May all living beings share this merit. May all living beings be well, happy, and peaceful. Ettavata ca amhi sambhatam punya sampradam Sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Wish for the well-being of the world in English. May the weather be pleasing. May the people prosper in their lives. May there be peace and happiness in the world. May the rulers be righteous. May all those who are suffering be free from suffering. May all those who are in fear be free from fear. May all those who are in grief be free from grief. May all beings be well and happy. Aspiration. May this wholesome act quicken the liberation of my mind from mental defilements. By virtue of this wholesome act, may I never follow the unwise people. May I associate with good people until I attain Nibbana, purification. If by body, speech, or mind I have carelessly done wrong, I acknowledge them all in front of the Tathagata of great wisdom and determine to be healed. This is our blessing service. We are going to chant the Loving Kindness Sutra given by the Compassionate Buddha. This particular sutra was given by the Buddha with great compassion for all living beings. We are going to chant the same sutra for you now, wishing you to receive those blessings, wishing you to be blessed with good health, peace and happiness, and strength and courage, and mindfulness and wisdom to overcome your challenges and difficulties in life. May you receive these blessings, may you be blessed with good health, and may you also recall to your mind whoever you want to share these blessings with, your family members, your friends, people who are sick. You can recall them to your mind and share these blessings with them too. And today we want to especially think about Virya, who is recovering from injury. We want to wish him a smooth recovery and speed recovery. And keeping all of them in your mind, let us listen and chant this Loving Kindness Sutra. May you all receive these blessings. May you all be well, happy, and peaceful. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Karaniya manta kusalena yantam santam padam apisamicche sakko jocha sojocha suvacho samuddu anatimani santosakocha subaroche ampaginchocha sallavukavunti santrindriyocha nipakocha ampagambo kuleso ananogendo nacha gondam samachare kinchena vinyo pari upavadeyum sakino vakemino hontu sabbe satta bhavantu sukitanta eke cipan bhutanti tasavatavirava anavasesa digava imahantava majjima rasansakanukatula dittava eva additta yecha dure vasanti avidure bhutava sambhave siva sabbe satta bhavantu sukhitattana paro parang nikubbeta nati manyeta katta chinang kanchi vyarosana patigha sanyānānya manyasya dukkha miccaye mātāya dhāniyam puntam ayusa eka punta manurake evampi sambha bhutesu manasam bhavaye aparimanam mittam ca sambha lokasmin manasam bhavaye aparimanam uddham adoca tiriyam ca asampadam averang asapantam tittam charam nisinno vasayano yavatasya vigadamindo etam sating adippeya brahmametam viharang idamaho detting ca anupagam silava dasanina sampanno kami suvinaya gedam nahi jatu gambaseyang punareti tena sanca vanjena santi te hotu sambada tena sanca vanjena sambarogo vinasato tena sanca vanjena hotu te jaya mangalam sabbe jiyo vivajantu sambarogo vinasato mate bhavantantarayo sukhe digayuko bhavatu sabba mangalam rakkantu sabba devata sabba buddhanubhavene sada Sunti bhavantu te bhavatu sabba mangalam rakkantu sabba devata sabba dhammanubhavene sada Sunti bhavantu te bhavatu sabba mangalam rakkantu sabba devata sabba sanghanubhavene sada santi bhavantu te. Let us spend a moment of reflection. Let us try to recall to our mind whatever kind deed that we were able to do during last few days. Think about an incident that in which you helped someone. You shared your time, your knowledge with someone. Let us rejoice these opportunities to be kind to others. On this day, or in the past, if I have done kind deeds to other beings, with my body, speech, or mind, whether great or little, here before the Buddha, I call to mind those kind deeds, and let my heart rejoice. I rejoice in those kind deeds, appreciating the opportunity to be helpful to others. I rejoice in those kind deeds, wishing more opportunities to practice compassion. I rejoice in those kind deeds, resolving not to compare myself with others. I rejoice in those kind deeds, and gladly share this joy with all beings everywhere. share. May my kind deeds relieve the burdens of other beings. May my kind deeds shield me from all dangers and pain. May my kind deeds and merits that come from them help me in freeing my heart. Let us now recall to our mind whatever kindness we receive from others. During your past few days, someone should have shown you kindness, care. Just try to recall such an incident. And even a good deed that you heard about someone. Let us rejoice the goodness of others. On this day, or in the past, if I have seen or heard of the kind deeds done by others, with their body, speech, or mind, whether great or little, here before the Buddha, I call to mind those kind deeds, and let my heart rejoice. I rejoice in the goodness of others, being always ready to praise kind people and follow their example. I rejoice in the goodness of others, expressing gratitude for any kindness done. May the kind deeds of others bring safety and happiness to many living beings. May the kind deeds of others foster gratitude and fellowship among many living beings. May the kind deeds of others nurture goodness in me and many living beings. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you everyone for joining with us today. And thank you everyone who joined over YouTube, and we appreciate your participation and also appreciate the commitment to practice even from home. Yeah. And thank you very much. And some of you we will see during the weekend for the retreat, and others we will see next Wednesday. Yeah. Thank you. Good night.